Hey everybody, welcome to Bura Tech. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about the H390 headset from Logitech. Alright, welcome back. Before we start this video, I want to make sure that you like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribers we get, the more content we can make. So, I run an e-learning company, and the e-learning company has made 7 figures over the years, and I don't think I could have done it without this piece of equipment. And it might be funny to say that, but it's really true. I don't think I could have made as much money as I have without this small headset. So this headset at first might not seem like a very good headset, but I assure you that this headset is actually really awesome. Now, I have one of the older ones where it says Logitech on it. The newer ones just say Logi on it. For the most part, it's the exact same headset, but it's branded a little bit differently. So why is this headphone so awesome? So if you don't know, I run a company called Mammoth Interactive, and we make training content. And over the years, I've gone through many different microphones and tried out many different items. So before I move from a solo operation to having employees, I need to figure out which microphone would be the most foolproof microphone to make tutorials. And the reason why I did this is that, let's say if I have to redo a tutorial, that is inefficiency, and you want to make sure that you have the best microphone to make the best quality product. And I basically found it was this one. So let me talk about some of the other microphones. So some of the other microphones would have some quote unquote errors in it. Like, let's say if you had a microphone that was attached to a stand and you move the table a bit, it would actually register that little sound in the microphone. And while the microphone was better, you'd have to be very careful. And I would say that if I can't do that, I can't really expect my employees to do that. And if there's a bunch of bumps and fusses in the actual audio, customers aren't really gonna like it. But this headphone doesn't really do that. So I tried out a bunch of different headsets, and some of the headsets were really good, some of the headsets were not so good. Some of the headsets have better quality audio from this, but this headset has some noise cancellation technology in here, and that is really good. Now, before I hired employees, I pretty much used this exclusively, because if I was in my apartment and there was a siren, now a better microphone would absolutely pick up that siren, and I'd have to redo the tutorial. And if I had to redo the tutorial, it means that I can't get as much out there. And in the past, I would make maybe 2 to 3 hours of content per day every day. So you really want to make sure that you don't go back. Frustration can actually lead to lower profits. And this is something that's absolutely key to understand. So this microphone doesn't give you the best quality audio product, but it gives it good enough. In fact, you can take a look at my Mammoth Interactive channel. I pretty much use this microphone exclusively for those tutorials. And most of the time, people don't really comment on it. So because people don't comment on it, either it's just good enough or it's nothing amazing. So you always have to balance the top end quality with practicality. And if you're running a business, especially if you're running a business by yourself, you need to think of efficiency. So if something's a lot better quality, but it's really inefficient, you can't use that. This particular headset works well because it doesn't give you the highest quality product, but it gives you a very good product, and it funnels out all the rest of the noise in the room. In fact, this microphone is so good that if I was recording a tutorial in front of a laptop here, people could be having a conversation back in the room over there, and it probably wouldn't be picked up. This is absolutely amazing because all that extraneous noise leads to a poor quality product, and this filters out most of it before you even add the software in, which was absolutely key. Now, there are a few things I don't like about this. I would say the number one thing is that the mute button is too big. I can't tell you how many tutorials I've recorded where this mute button has been pushed. It's nice that it has a volume up and down. I use that all the time. But the other thing I don't like about it for now is that the fact that it's not USB-C. USB-C is slowly coming to be the most standard port, and this only has USB-A. I would rather have this be a USB-C with a USB-A port in the box somewhere. I think this is a much better option. Or if you really wanted to, this could be a USB-C with a USB-A port that's kind of tied to it. So that way you always have the USB-A no matter what. The other thing about this headset is that if you drop it, there's a high probability that it will break. And I can't tell you how many of these I've broken over the years just because I've dropped it. Basically, it's been on the table, I've pushed it off the table, and then guess what? It broke. And so I had to buy new one. So one of the things that I do is I actually have several of these in a cupboard in case that happens, just in case I have crunch time or a deadline that I need to use another one of these. The best thing about this though is that it isn't very expensive. It's a lot less expensive than a lot of other microphones out there and a lot of other headsets, but this one, after many trials and errors, is probably the best one out there that I can find, for all the reasons I've mentioned in the past. And if you really like making tutorials, I would just highly recommend using this headset here. This headset will give you just enough audio quality to make it more than acceptable, but it filters out all that random junk noise that makes a tutorial absolutely unbearable to listen to. So in conclusion, I don't think I could have built a 7-figure company without this piece of equipment. And it's not a very expensive piece of equipment, which is why I made the series on Logitech, because I realized over the years that Logitech has really helped me out, and I don't think I could have built a good business without them. So that concludes this video. Do you like this headset? Do you know of a better headset? Because I certainly couldn't find one, but if you do know of a better headset that does noise canceling, please write it down below. I would really like to check it out. And remember to please like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribers we get, the more content we can make. And this channel doesn't do a Patreon, instead we sell our digital products down below. The more money we get from the products that you buy below, the more free content we can make here. If you really like this channel, you can subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. We release 20 to 60 hours of fresh new content per month every month. We release everything from web development tutorials to machine learning tutorials to game development tutorials to cybersecurity tutorials and more. The best way to help us out is to subscribe monthly or yearly. Our goal is to get to 10,000 monthly subscribers, so help us get there. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. You make this channel possible, and you make Mammoth Interactive possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.